start off the day, we have Neha Dhupia. Can we quickly please hear it for her? She's right here with us. Neha, of course, needs no introduction. She's a face that we've been watching for many, many years. Not only is she a very well-known actress, she is, and if anybody needed to be told that, is also a fitness icon. The way she looks, the way she goes about her life, and it's a pretty hectic life, because I was talking to her till midnight yesterday, and here she is looking so lovely and fresh, like she got a good 10, 12 hours sleep. It's amazing. And so we specially requested Neha to start off the day today, because the fact is that when you want to think creative, whenever you want to think out of the box, exercise or any sort of physical activity is what will help you get there. So we don't understand the importance of fitness in our day-to-day lives, but studies after studies have proven that it helps you think creative. It really does bring out the best in you. So can we have Neha on stage, please?
Well, a very good morning to everybody over here. It's going to be really simple. We're going to get up, start doing some exercises. It's a PT class. Please stand up, ladies and gentlemen. Keep sitting. I was just kidding. There's only one good student here. That's you in the pink shirt. A huge round of applause for her. Well, a very good morning, and on a more serious note, thanks for the compliment. Thank you for telling me that I'm looking good. Although, you know, the thing about looking good is about feeling good. And how do we feel good? Does anybody know what the first thing that you need to do to feel good? Okay, great. I'm glad nobody knows. Even I don't know on most days.
You feel good, you have to look good, right?
But see, the thing is that all you need to do is you need to realize that you have to be extremely, extremely confident. Now, everyone has heard a million things, and I'm not going to be giving anyone jargon about fitness, because, you know, I have to be honest, my tryst with sort of looking fit and looking good has not been sort of, it's not been hunky-dory. I've had fat days, I've had thin days, I've had very fat days, I've had not so good days, because the industry that I come from is extreme. The pressure that we face is far more than what normal people face when it comes to day-to-day fitness. So one has to do a lot more to stay fit. But the thing is, I look at you guys and I'm like, you guys have it so much easier than I do. No one's judging you because of the way you look. All of you have these amazing degrees from great, business schools, and you guys are judged on that. So what the hell? You can just do this little bit for yourself. You're not doing it for anyone else, not like how I do it, and not like how I'm going to be, I know I'm going to be on stage, so I'm just like, oh, let me just skip dinner, so like my stomach looks all like thin and I look fit. You guys don't have to do any of that. You guys have it really easy. Do you guys realize how easy you have it? Okay, you don't, which is great. You're just making it tougher for me. You're not agreeing with anything that I'm saying. But all I'm trying to say is that being fit is not about having six-pack abs or looking at a health magazine and saying, oh my God, this guy looks amazing, or look at his abs, or look at his arms. None of that. Because everything you see, 75% of it that you see in a fitness or a fit or a beauty magazine, none of it is true. Because a lot of it is done post. You guys work for magazines. You know what it's like. All you need to do is you need to feel good. So you know what? A lot of you are not paying attention. The rest of you who are like thinking of other things as to what's for breakfast, what's the next session. I'm going to make it a little more fun. I'm just going to come down and I'm going to hang out with you guys, because this whole standing on stage thing is throwing me off a little bit. Do you mind if I go down?
Not at all.
Excellent.
Please.
So who wants to talk to me first? Okay, my good student. She's right here. Do we have a mic? So what's your name? Simta. Simta, what is it that you do when you wake up in the morning? What is the first thing that you do?
I say my prayers.
And then?
And I take my dog for a walk.
Wow, excellent. You take your dog for a walk. See, now I'm learning. I need to say my prayers first thing in the morning. I learned from you. And you take your dog for a walk. See, guys, that's a huge thing. When it comes to fitness, she does something. How long are these walks? Half an hour?
Yeah,
That's fabulous. And then you come back from work, I'm assuming, and then you take your dog for a walk again. And that's why you look so wonderful. So clearly, so Simta needs absolutely no tips when it comes to fitness. But do you think you're lacking at some point, like everybody at some point, you know, because being fit, being thin, or being bulky, or having the most beautiful body, they're completely different things. You can't mix that up. Do you think at some point you want to change something, or you can improve in a certain place when it comes to your mind or your body when it comes to fitness? Do you feel the need? Apart from walking. So what you could do, like my piece of advice for you is the fact that when you take your dog for a walk, and you know, from increasing, you can increase the level. How much do you usually walk in 30 minutes? What is it? 2 kilometers, 1 kilometer? What do you think it is?
I haven't measured that.
Great. All you need to do is do like 15 minutes of stretching before you go, which is 7 to 8 minutes of basic stretches. And the only other thing that I feel that you need to do, I mean, you look beautiful, you look great, you have, I don't see any fat anywhere in your body, I'm almost jealous. But all you need to do, you could work on, and when you have such long work hours, I feel the strength of anybody who sits on a chair is the fact that you need to have a strong spine. And a lot of people think that to have a strong spine, we need to work on our backs, which is a really big myth. You need to work on your core, because it is your stomach that actually holds your back. So you need to get up in the morning, spend an extra 5 minutes or 7 minutes just to do some crunches. I mean, if you want, I can show you what crunches look like.
Neha, why don't you do this? Why don't you very quickly tell us what is it that you do first thing in the morning? And, you know, maybe help all of us here to use that time most effectively.
Absolutely.
And incorporate it into our so-called non-existent fitness schedules, you know?
I will. So that's all you need to do. Work on this. Amazing. Are you married?
No, I'm single.
There you go. There's a handsome man waiting for you. Thank you. Thank you for the question, though. But speaking of what I do early in the morning when I wake up, I mean, for me, just fitness, I need to get it out of the way, because there's no way that my day starts without, you know, I want to make sure that, oh, nice. Creaky stage. Well done. For me, the most important thing is to make sure that I have this extreme amount of circulation. I need to have that adrenaline rush. I wake up in the morning, I jumpstart my days, a glass of warm water, lime, honey, best fat cutter in the world. Anyone listening? You're listening, you're listening, you're listening. Thin people listening. No fat people in the audience. So disappointing. What's happened to the world? No. Handsome man over there is listening. But the thing is, all I do is I drink that, I jumpstart. Of course, the most important thing is, a lot of people think that, oh, you shouldn't eat first thing in the morning. I definitely eat before I go to the gym. So either it's an apple, a banana, a bowl of oats, anything to make sure your metabolism is kicked in, and hit the gym. A lot of places you guys will be like, okay, fine, what am I going to do? I don't have a gym. What should I do now? You know, she's giving all this jargon, but she's going to go away in 30 minutes, and what the hell? Where are we going to find gyms? And my boss is going to get upset. Nothing. All of you have iPods. I mean, yeah, you do have iPods. Don't look at me like that, like I've said a word that does not exist. Yes, you have iPods. Come on, wake up, guys. What's going on? Give yourself a huge round of applause. You made it at 9 o'clock. Good. Good. All of you lost 6 calories, by the way. So all I do is go to the gym no matter what. If I can't go to the gym, I do a headstand for like 15 minutes. I know there's circulation. Or I just wear my sneakers, put on my iPod, and go for a run. The only thing I don't do is make excuses. The thing about fitness is, the easiest thing is you can give yourself one new excuse every day. Oh, आज boss ने इतना काम दे दिया, आज बीवी बोल रही है उसको shopping लेके जाना है, today my child is crying, today I can't do this. It doesn't matter. The only way to get fit is to get selfish. You have to take out 60 minutes in your day to make sure that you do it for yourself. Because if you're fit, you're healthy, you're doing it for your loved ones too. You don't want that cholesterol and the fat and all of that adding up. Ugh, sounds terrible. How many of you really exercise? Come on.
That's a pretty good turnout.
That's a great number. So you guys can actually step out, because you don't need to be here. You pretty much know everything. For the ones who don't, I want to see the hands that don't exercise. Why? Why don't you exercise? I'm coming straight at you. Why don't you exercise? So, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
I'm Neha. You are?
I'm Arun,
Arun Singh. Why is there a lens between your feet?
the photographer.
What are you doing? Yeah. Sorry.
I feel eating healthy food is much more important than, spending much time in the gym. Taking a breath of fresh air in the morning, and after that, keeping your diet right, not eating, not overeating. So, these are the two things that I incorporate in my life, and that's how I keep fit.
I think you're absolutely right. 70% of the person that you are is what you eat. So what you're doing is absolutely right. And 1/4 of the exercise that you're doing is right, because what you need when you exercise is to take in the right amount of oxygen, work on your endurance, work on your strength, and work on your flexibility.
Yeah.
So you pretty much got it right.
Yeah.
But 30% is the exercise that you do. And I think that, you look great, you have absolutely no problems when it comes to, having weight or anything. But it would make a huge amount of difference if you took those 60 minutes or 45 minutes and just went and worked out in the gym, because your endurance, your flexibility, your, just your strength is all going to come if you go and actually do anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be the gym. It could be Pilates, it could be yoga, it could be strength training, it could be anything. And I'm sure that you guys have like gyms in the office.
Yes, we do.
So we could use one of those, right?
Sure.
So Neha,
Thank
why
you.
don't you?
Thanks.
Okay, so he's brought out an interesting point. How important is it to eat healthy with exercise to stay healthy? Because sometimes we tend to go on a binge and then we think, okay, we'll run it off, or we'll do an hour of yoga and we are good because we are forgiven since we've exercised. But does that really work? Aren't you undoing?
Well, you're pretty much, to answer your question, there are two ways of looking at it. If you feel like, you have exercised and you will burn off those weekend calories, that's one way of looking at it. At least you're doing something. But how I look at it is that if you're going to keep making excuses every day, you're just adding up more and more. So if you'd have one cheat day, give yourself one cheat day. It's life. You're supposed to live it. Give yourself your Saturday night to Sunday night as your cheat time, because even your body knows, even your body needs fuel. You need to eat everything. In fact, I know it might sound a little contradictory here to be standing on this stage and saying this, but I don't believe in dieting. I don't believe in eating less. I believe only in eating healthy. So you don't really, you can eat everything. You can even have your sugar, you can have your food. Yeah, the only thing that one needs to stay away from is fried food, because it stays in your system forever. It never leaves. What you must have eaten, the samosa that you ate when you were in first year college is still inside you guys somewhere. Oh, I heard one. Oh, that guy must have eaten a lot of samosas, wherever he is. I have one samosa coming out, which I ate in 5th standard, right here. So, what I'm saying is that, yes, like Mr. Arun, right? Yes, like he said, that, he eats very well, which is a big battle won, because a lot of people work out, but they come back and then they binge eat. But 70%, your abs are not made in the gym. Your abs are made in the kitchen, because what you eat is who you are. And that's what I keep saying, but by that I don't mean that you have to eat less. You don't have to diet. And it's a simple thing. I'll explain something to you, which is going to take 2 minutes. If you pay attention, you'll understand. If you don't, then you'll pretty much turn out like me, because I've never paid attention. So suppose I give you 10 lakh rupees today and say, I don't know when you're going to get any more money from me, and I'm supposed to supply you money. So what are you going to do with those 10 lakhs? You're going to save it, right? You're going to save it. But suppose I tell you, I'm going to give you 50,000 rupees every day for the rest of your life. What are you going to do with those 50,000 rupees? Spend it. That's exactly the mechanism of the human body. If I keep telling my body, I'm going to give you 2,000 calories every day, the body's going to be like, okay, burn it. 2,000. Burn 2,000. It's not going to live in fear. But if I tell my body, today I'm going to give you 5,000 calories, and then I'm going to go on a crash diet and not eat. Like suppose on a Sunday you eat 5,000 calories, and then Monday onwards you don't eat anything. your body's going to be like, let me save this, and let me save this, and let me save that. So it's the difference between getting 10 lakhs from me one day and not knowing when to get the money, or to get 50,000 every day. So you just have to like spend it all. So please understand, I mean, with your stress levels and your, you know, your work and everything, and all you need to do is fuel your body and burn it. I mean, how many of you guys use the gym at work? 1, 2, 3. That hand was tentative, but it is excellent. Yay! Okay, so, you know, I mean, that's amazing that nowadays, even the few offices, I've not been to too many offices in my life because I pretty much don't know what to do over there, but when you go there and you see all these amazing gyms with this great equipment, what you need to do is use it. How many of you take the stairs when you're going to work? Wow! What floor are you on? Second? That's a start. Just tell your boss to like promote you to the 6th. If he asks you why, just say, I'm going to get fitter. Just put me on the 6th floor. How many of you actually do something called walking meetings? Has anyone heard about this concept of walking meetings? Yeah, it's the boss's initiative because, you know, if the boss says walk, that the guy next to him will be like, yes, sir. And if he says sit, he'll be like, yes, sir. So how many of you bosses take the initiative to do a walking meeting? Wow. See, if you have a boss as beautiful as her, everyone's going to be like, yes, ma'am, which is a great thing, you know. Like, you know, these are the little changes that you have to make in your life when it comes to just fitness. You just have to walk a little more. How many of you use your lunch break to work out and eat before your lunch break? Has anyone thought of that?
So is it okay to work out any time during the day?
It's absolutely okay to work out anytime during the day, but the best time to work out is early in the morning, and then just to kickstart your metabolism with food. That's the most important thing. How many of you right now sitting in the audience think that they're on a diet?
It's difficult to be on a diet when you live in Delhi.
That's a good crowd because you guys are already winning. Like I said, you don't need to be on a diet. All you need to do is work out. You know, there were a lot of hands that came up when I said, how many of you actually work out? You do know that I'm going to pull those hands up and then these guys are going to come on stage and work out with me, right? Are you excited? Okay, no one's excited. Which is a great crowd, I say. You know what? The thing is that how many of you worked out this morning before coming here? Handsome man right at the end? These two handsome men? No. I think you cheated this morning. You did half your workout. Yeah, there, he's admitting. I can tell from your face because, you know, you had this thing. So what is it that you do? Like when I say, you know, you worked out, you don't mind me asking you a question, right? Yeah, you look like you're a happy, friendly person. So what's your name?
On the treadmill?
No, what's your name?
My name, oh sorry.
On the treadmill, okay, what's your name on the treadmill? Hey Joe, what's up? Yeah.
My name's Anil.
On the treadmill as well?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
It doesn't change.
Anil, so Anil, what is it that you did this morning in the gym and what is it that you missed out on?
What I did I just did some 15-20 minutes on the treadmill, that's it.
Walking, running?
Running.
Wow. So you must have done what, 5 kilometers?
All running. No, it's a mix of, yeah, he was also
your
around.
We'll come to you too, sir. So you did 15 minutes, 20 minutes on the treadmill?
Yeah, totally.
And?
That's it.
Okay, and so you feel like you missed out on something because you were running late. So what is it that you thought, what is it that you do along with running that you usually do on a daily basis when you do have more time?
Cross train?
Cross train.
No.
Excellent. And no weight training?
No.
Okay. So this is what, like just to give you a solution, I just want you to know that when you use the treadmill, it's very important to do strength training because it is actually the muscle in your body that helps you burn fat. And the only way you can make muscle in your body is by doing strength training. A lot of women I know who have this myth, because even I had this, that the minute you use weights, you're going to get bulky. No. Women cannot get bulky. Women can only get, I hate using this word, fat. That's the thing. Women cannot, let me remind you all again, you cannot. If you're going to be using, you know, dumbbells to do curls, it's not like tomorrow you're going to have big biceps. None of that is actually going to happen. So whether it's Mr. Anil on the treadmill and the cross trainer, or whether it's anybody else, all I'd like you to do is to understand that you have to make sure that you do weight training. We have a very important person who's coming. Good morning, sir. How are you? So that's all that I'm saying. And I hope that a lot of people over here have understood that it's extremely, extremely important to combine your training routine with weight training as well, because that's where you get your strength, that's where you get your endurance, and that's how you sit in your office for the next 10 hours. I don't know how long your work hours are, but that's what you actually really do. Is there something you wanted to say, sir? Sorry, I missed out on you. Okay. Do you also do 15 minutes on the treadmill?
No, it's like a mix of cardio.
Mix of cardio. Why does everybody feel that you have to do so much cardio to stay fit? I've always wondered, like a lot of people like get on the treadmill and then they get on the cross trainer and then they're like, oh yeah, I worked out. But how often does one change their routine? Do you all understand that you have to change your routine because the body gets very, very used to doing the same thing? Do any of you do anything apart from going to the gym or for a walk? Like anything interesting like Pilates, play sport, golf meetings? Anybody here? What is it that you do? Let's get a mic.
Core work, Pilates, stretching, bar work, a whole bunch of things.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's excellent. What's your name, sir?
John Kao.
Oh, I love Pilates. I think, did you start doing so? Most of you would know what Pilates really is. It's just strengthening of the core to like make your spine straight, to make sure you get strength in every part of your body without using any external weight except just ropes, springs, and your own body weight, which is one of the best forms of exercises nowadays. You know, you all should actually get a Pilates machine and an instructor at work. It's the most amazing workout. You're just lying there and the machine is pretty much doing everything. It's as easy as I make it sound. All you need to do is engage your core. We can engage our cores right now. Come on. Just pretend like you're fitting into one size smaller pants. What would you do? Do that. Everybody do it. You did it. Oh, you were just laughing at me. Great. So, I mean, that's like a great exercise. Even when you're at work and working on that computer of yours, all you need to do is tighten your core because you're technically burning calories. You're strengthening yourself. I would lift my T-shirt and show you, but then that would be inappropriate here, right? She says no. No, so that's excellent. So you do Pilates. There was.
Hi, I do a combination of stuff actually. I do yoga, I play golf, I do kickboxing, functional fitness, and sometimes a bit of weights as well.
Great. I'm going to hand over the mic to her. She's going to take over from now. There's nothing much that I can say except that she's quite an inspiration. And
except I get injured pretty frequently in the process.
That's the part to worry about. I get injured too. Like I said, my interest with fitness has been, you know, I have good days and I have bad days. Injury is something that one needs to look into really carefully. But Pilates, if any of you over here feel like you have a back problem or a neck problem, Pilates is the best form of exercise for all of you. Yoga, if you go to a group class, please remember, don't get competitive. Everybody has a different style. Everybody has a different body. Everybody has a different level of strength and endurance. All you need to do, you're just doing this for yourself and nobody else, and that's what you need to remember. But as far as you're concerned, when you get injured, do you take time off?
No.
Say.
I start with trying to push my body as much as possible, and then it gets to a stage where I can barely move. Like right now, I kicked my instructor a bit too hard, actually.
Oh,
so
okay.
That was not such a good idea. 2 months later, I have to take 1 week of rest and ice my foot 3 times a week. Three times a day. So yeah.
I know. You sound like me, but you know, kicking the instructor, getting injured, not resting, these are all things that I do. But you know, I hope you feel better soon. But please, next time you injure yourself, remember ice. Most important thing, because you don't want any swellings. And like our friend here, stick to the Pilates machine for as long as you can.
Kickboxing is the way to go.
Kickboxing, there you go. But this is what I mean. There's so many different ways. Thank you. There's so many different ways and so many different things that you can work out in. But the most important thing is you have to make sure you make up your mind. What you need is a lot of determination, a a lot of discipline, and you just have to get up and do it. Is anyone going to go to the gym after the day ends today?
I think it's a pretty long day, so maybe today.
See? Excuse number one. I was hoping she said that. There you go. We don't want to have this attitude. The most, like I said, it's determination and discipline no matter what. There has to be, you have to put in at least 5 hours in a week to work out. It's not like on Sunday you're like, okay, darling, I'm going to work out 12 o'clock to 5 o'clock in the evening. That's not what I meant by 5 hours. What I meant is 45 minutes to an hour every day for yourself, because you're doing this for yourself. You're not doing this for anybody else. You're just doing this to make sure you look good, and you don't like exercise to look beautiful. You look beautiful because you exercise. So you have to make sure. I can tell from different faces, the way they sit, the way they are, as to who puts in how much time in, exercising, because it's really essential. Like, it helps you can't even realize the number of things that it will help. Your posture, the way you are, your mental well-being is the most important thing. How many of you hate your bosses? Oh my God, we have one hand up. I'm sure you don't have a boss. This guy's like really far up. Come on, don't trick me into this. Do you hate your boss? Who is your boss? Is he here? You know this is getting recorded. Sorry?
Because he's not here, that's why I could say that.
Oh, okay. So, no, that's funny. I was thinking I'll just skip now. I actually have nothing to say except like, awesome, man. Awesome, dude. Awesome that you actually said it. But like I said, with your bosses, you could do things like golf meetings. Even if he doesn't go for a golf meeting, there's one of the biggest things that one sees, this new word. It's not a new word, but this is a word that everyone loves to use called, has anyone heard of this word called, it starts with S? No. I said it's not new. There's something else. Not selfie, not twerking, nothing. None of that is happening here today. I'm talking about the most simple word, the most commonly used word today, stress. And, I know that a lot of you are like, oh, I'm so stressed out, I can't do this, and my boss is breathing down my neck, and my family wants me to travel out, and I can't do this, and it's just personal, professional, so much pressure. What is it that you guys do to fight stress? Get a beer. Fitness-wise.
Yeah, in fact, I do pranayama.
Wow.
Yeah, I do yoga very
That's
often,
amazing.
in fact, and I think it's very useful. I do Bhastrika, I do Kapal Bharti. In fact, I follow Ramadevan and Baba Ramdev in that sense.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's excellent. Huge round of applause for the man. He's an extremely wise man.
So,
So how much time do you spend doing it?
I think if I go for my morning exercise, I normally do walk, and then my walk is for 25 minutes, and my yoga lasts for 25 to 27 minutes. So everything is predetermined. 5 minutes for Bhastrika, 7 minutes for Kapal Bharti, so all this. Yeah.
That's excellent. So, I'm somebody who follows yoga. I'm somebody who tries to fight stress every day, but I had a few other solutions. Is that for us?
so what would be your last closing tip for all of us here to fight stress?
To fight stress, okay. I thought the last closing tip would get people to do exercise, but unfortunately we're running short of time and we can't. Although I did make a few friends backstage saying, hey, will you come up? Will you come up? And those guys were like, yeah, we will. But I think to fight stress, the most important thing is... Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay.
we can hear you, yeah.
To fight stress, the most important thing, as far as you guys who are going to work are concerned, firstly, you can't imagine the amount of help water can provide you. When the most important thing is to keep your sanity in place. A lot of times you people are like, oh, I don't feel well, I'm stressed out. It's none of that. You're just dehydrated. It's nothing else. Very important, please sip water. You guys have water right in front of you. Pour yourselves a glass, do yourself a favor, get some oxygen inside. It'll really help you out. The other thing that one can do, you can carry little things, like it's a little tip, you can carry golf balls. Take your shoes off and just, rub golf balls under your feet, because it's just all your pressure points are there, and you don't realize how much it will help you by just rubbing those golf balls under your feet. You can fight stress in a really big way. Green tea, substituted. I know that it has its goods and its bads. something I do and it calms me down is something called chamomile tea. It really helps you fight stress. Most important thing, if you're really pissed off after a board meeting, try and count 1 to 10, but in a different language. It distracts you. You don't scream at everybody else when you come out of that board meeting. And I have one lady saying yes. She looks like she's quite a fighter. But yes, and the most important thing is hit the gym, run it out, sweat it out, swim it out, breathe it out, but get the stress out of you, get the fat out of you, get the goo out of you, get that junk out of you, get fitter, and let's meet again sometime soon. Thank you very much.
Big
ladies
round
and
of
gentlemen.
applause.